that offers a humbling yet enlightening outlook on our place in time, in space, on Earth, and in the universe. A cosmic perspective. And there's a fellow who, what we can see here is this guy. We bring him up, the next slide. Yeah, so let's go back to the 18th century, and we have this gentleman here named James Ferguson, and I have a quote from him that I'd like to read. And in fact, his quote, I quoted him in my book. Did anyone have a copy of my book here? You do? Can I see the book? Ooh, excellent. That's very cool. Thank you. Thank you. So I had to lead off the Cosmic Perspective chapter with this guy's quote. And I need my old people glasses.
Oh, wow.
I'm way older than I look. It's all makeup. Here it is. Of all the sciences cultivated by mankind, this is this guy right here. 1757. We hardly know anything about anything in the universe in 1757. Here he is waxing poetic with the 18th century flourish, how people used to communicate. Of all the sciences cultivated by mankind, astronomy is acknowledged to be, and undoubtedly is, the most sublime, the most interesting, and the most useful. For by knowledge derived from this science, not only the bulk of the earth is discovered, but our very faculties are enlarged with the grandeur of the ideas it conveys, our minds exalted above their low, contracted prejudices. Ooh, he was feeling it. My man he don't look like he was feeling it in that painting, but he was feeling it. Oh, what happened? We went backwards there. Can you go back? Yeah, so he was feeling it. He was feeling it. And that's like, 250 years ago. So the universe, the study of the universe, was influencing people's outlooks ever since it has been there. Ever since we learned that you can learn about the universe at all. And he was feeling it in ways that I don't think the artist was. So, for example, the telescope tripod is inside the room,
yes,
but the telescope is sticking outside the window. That's not how that works. And if you look at the window sash, the window's not even open, okay? Can you see that? So somebody doesn't know how to draw telescopes. But he was feeling it. It was good. It was good. Not just good, but good. Let's move forward. So there's other cosmic perspectives we can have. And one of them, I think it was called numbers. Let's just think about numbers for a minute. Because a cosmic perspective is usually a bigger view than whatever you have at the moment. And so let's begin at the beginning. So this is a set of numbers that are highly familiar to us. Maybe the middle representation is a little less common. So we have the number 1 written 3 ways. The numeral 1 written in exponential notation, and just as a word, 10 to the 0 power and 1. This needs no introduction. Oh, the middle number, that's 0 in the exponent, that's how many decimals to the right you will move it from the number 1 as you represent it. And so the decimal doesn't go anywhere, it goes no places to the right of the 1, so that's why there's a 0 there, that's all it's going. This is a very familiar number. Let's up this by a factor of 1,000. By the way, this will seem completely pointless. Just hang with me. So let's go up by a factor of 1,000. This is, most cities, their population is measured in the thousands. The metric prefix here is kilo. So I'm pretty sure that Drug dealers were metric fluent long before anyone here in America even figured that one out. Who was around in the 70s when it was like a national effort to do that? We just sent kids out to talk to drug dealers. They could have been metric immediately on that. How many kilos? Computers used to have kilobytes of memory and speed and things. Used to be a powerful. Anyhow, so we know this number. We know this number. Let's go up by another factor of 1,000, and we get to 1,000,000. Metric prefix mega, 10 to the 6th power, 1 with 6 zeros. Population of 2 large cities, New York City there, Los Angeles there. The 4 largest cities in the country right now have baseball teams in the playoffs. This is a television ratings bonanza, okay? New York Yankees, the Los Angeles Dodgers, Chicago Cubs. You know, it's not looking good for the Cubs here. You're cheering a little too much. Maybe you cheer just because you're in the playoffs at all, okay? And of course the Houston Astros. Interesting fact there. Anyhow, so populations of these cities are in the millions. These are familiar numbers. Let's keep going. Each one of these is bigger than the previous number by a factor of 1,000. A factor of 1,000. Hardly anything you do in your life do you do one way and then do it 1,000 times bigger than that way. Just think about that. Okay? Oh, so instead of 1 teaspoon of sugar, put in 1,000 teaspoons. No! There is no, we don't do this in our lives. Well, you've grown an inch since you last came to the doctor. Next time, you'll be 1,000 inches taller. No. So, I want you to grasp the significance of what we're in the middle of now. Let's go up by another factor of 1,000. We get to 1 billion. Carl Sagan's favorite number. And as an homage to Carl, let's all sort of pronounce this word together. So we do it, stick your chin out a little, that'll drop a partial octave in the frequency. So on 3, we'll say the word billion, right? 1, 2.